It's a beautiful day in the Gamerhood, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Shout about thunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
All right. It is Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Hobbs Standard Time, and we got a surprise session of the Midlands. The Midlands is a West Marches game using Low Fantasy Gaming. Both books are by Pickpocket Press, my man Steve Grodzicki. We were hanging out and we were trying to decide what we were going to do 4 hours ago, and finally we're ready to play a game. Can't we just do pickup games anymore, guys? I don't know. But you can't have a game without players. Let's go to the huddle. All right. Introduce yourself and your character, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron Clark here. I'm playing Thodel, a first level magic user.
That's it?
Gabriel here.
I don't know. I barely know anything about Thodel. I just rolled him up. He's got a lousy strength and a good intelligence. It looked like I could have rolled 3d6 in order for this character, but I rolled 46 and dropped the lowest like a baby.
Everyone does in this game. So I meant
know.
like you could say something about the story we had in mind, but
Sure. So
too late.
Thodel's
Gabriel.
an Argosian. Oh.
Gabriel here. I'm playing Haffard, the ranger. He's a Vornguard, and he has a wolf companion named Jager. And it's helping Aaron's character to find someone, but I gotta let him explain who we need to find.
Gabriel, when was the last time we saw Haffer?
We saw him October 12th, 2019.
2019.
Yeah, like more than a year ago.
That's what we
Things were
like
normal.
to hear. I'm looking back to see if I can find it. And while I'm doing that, why don't you tell us what the plan for the session is, Aaron?
So part of the character generation in this low fantasy game was rolling up some interesting traits, I think, about your character. And I have an evil cousin named Isabel Vinstar, and she's part of the family proper, this family of sorcerers, this cabal of sorcerers that exist within this Midland region, where sorcery is no longer done with favor. And Thodel's also indebted to this gang leader, a port city to the southwest, starting location. And the reason Thodel's indebted to this gang leader is Isabel double-crossed him in some way, and his plan was to take it out on the rest of the family. And Thodel said, no, I'll make it right. Give me time and let me make this right with you. So it's either bring Isabel back to him or some sum of money, which we've yet to determine. Probably a lot of sum of money.
Sounds like it.
And
yeah, keep going. Even
sure.
Even more close is you have tracked Isabel to Vornguard, right?
Right. So Isabel fled to the north into Vornguard, where no sorcerer would dare to tread. And
After she what? Hey, Gaming and BS, welcome to this
after
impromptu game in the Midlands.
after she murdered our great aunt for some forbidden knowledge, and she's taken that forbidden knowledge into the wilds of the north and is trying to execute some dastardly plan, and that's where we pick up our story. Here I've met Hafer, who's agreed to lead me into the city of
Vornguard.
the city of Vornguard, and make sure that I don't make my foot in my mouth.
So, we don't really know how Thodel and Hafer joined up or got together. That's something that we can go into at a later date if we so desire. But you guys are in Vornguard. And, what am I at here? Okay. So let's head over to the Vornguard map. Well, let's go to the tabletop first, and you can see what we were looking at. It looks pretty bare here, guys. Where's this? There it is. So let's head over to the tabletop, and then we will go to... God, I'm getting myself confused. All right, let's go to Vornguard. Here we are. In Vornguard.
Such a cool map. Cool map.
The City of Splendors. So normally I place the tokens in this bay here.
Beautiful map, yeah.
Now, can you imagine the amount of work that went into this map? So... You guys are in Vornguard, and I've put into the chat here that the thing that your cousin Isabel the Evil is searching for is the crypt of Phoeba Fusilla, for she is the last to have this eldritch text of whispering witchcraft. You're not quite sure why she wants this, but this is definitely something she wants. And Phoeba Fusilla was around in the Second Age. We're in the Fourth Age now, so we're talking centuries ago, all right? Maybe even thousands of years ago, that these Remorans, the only thing that you've picked up, that you've learned from them from your dead great aunt, is the fact that the Remorans were a fairly rich culture that lived in the Midlands. But Phoeba had her own ideas, and she was a sorceress, and she was laid to rest with her eldritch text somewhere in the Sunstone Ranges. And you must have some sort of idea where this location is. So I'm going to flip it. Oh man, what happened here? Okay, that's right. So you guys are actually up here in Vornguard. So let's move this over. The Sunstone Ranges are these hills right here. Oh, wrong button. Off to the west. You can just kind of see them on the edge there. See them? But they go for a long ways, for miles and miles.
They run off there to the southwest
and straight west.
Okay.
So yeah, and there is a small outpost known as Landman Town right there. So these aren't supposed to be 10. These are supposed to be 20 miles, but I actually have them at 10. So I'm going to have to adjust this. Grid is 20. So it just got to be suddenly a much longer distance to Landman Town. like it. All right, so your path is your own, and we can decide where you want to go from here. What do you guys got in mind?
Maybe the first thing we could do is see if anybody's seen another Outlander, another Gosen here in
All
city
right.
of Vornguard.
Man, you have trouble with that name, don't
Sorry,
you?
man.
You have trouble with that.
I'm gonna write it down on my notes right now. Big capital letters.
Argosians be to stand out in this place, right?
There are other Outlanders that aren't Vornari here, so but they are going to stand out some. Yeah, they do exist. It's not like they're held out or anything. Hey, Boot Knife, welcome to the chat, man. Haven't seen you at the old Gamerhood in a while. We must be playing at a time that works for you today. That's awesome. Haven't seen old Boot Knife in a while. So it's possible, yeah, that you might be able to find them if you'd like. You could search around. So I think the way we're going to do that is I have some methodology here for wandering around in a city. And in the Midlands book, he actually has... oh, man, this thing is backwards, isn't it? Is this straight for you guys in the chat? Can you guys see?
No. Well, it's back. Well, sorry, do it again.
Is it not in
Backwards here.
backwards in the chat or backwards?
I think it's backwards in Twitch.
Twitch?
Yeah, it's backwards in Twitch also.
Let me see here. I gotta do transform, flip, horizontal. I should know my hat is backwards, so.
That's like your test, like your parakeet in the coal mine.
There we go. So the Midlands book. He's got some different random tables. So for you do random encounters, and then he has them by city or by location specific to this setting, which is pretty cool. So I think what we'll have you do, Aaron, is you're going to do a gather information.
Okay.
You can't see my face right now.
See your face.
You maybe couldn't see my face because I had my book in the way. I don't know. Maybe my head was down and I was looking at something when he goes, I can't see your face. That wouldn't surprise me. That's something I would do for sure. So why don't you do gather info, and you can modify it by charisma. So it's the skill.
It says modified by intelligence, I think.
I think you can change it. You can change it if you want it to be charisma. So intelligence would be like doing research, and charisma would be like walking around talking to people.
Oh, when I looked at the skill list in the rule book, it just labeled it as intelligence, but I'm happy to make a charisma check against.
Because it sounds like that's what you're doing to me, is you're going around talking to people. You're not just like reading it in a book somewhere or trying to do intelligent research. Oh shit! Did you roll?
That's awful. I rolled a terrible failure.
Oh, nice. So, man, when someone
Get
does
started with
a terrible failure with
Nice
charisma,
start.
it seems like someone is going to be taking offense to whatever just happened.
How dare you, Outlander?
So good. We
Nothing
may not
of your
get
sorcerer's ways.
anywhere past it. I'm assuming you're not using sorcery and all that, because you do know that could be dangerous.
No, absolutely not. But maybe they peg me as a sorcerer.
You're gonna die in a muddy, dirty street.
Well, I'm figuring that Heifer is with him, right? Or is this not true? Is your character with him, Gabriel, or no?
Gabriel, after he saw that roll, he's like, maybe not.
Yeah, let's say he is. Yeah.
All right, so you guys have been hanging about. Oftentimes, I usually have the game take place here in 8, right here, I believe, which is called the Salty Strumpet. The Salty Strumpet is a triple-story wooden building with large rooms, standard food, and fairly expensive ale. The chairs are luxuriously padded, and on the bar is a long-deceased, probably female Varnori head preserved in salty brine.
Ugh.
The proprietor is Inveld, a female with intricate tattoos down both arms and a toothy grin. So you must have been somewhere else. I don't know what you had, but that's Lady Ingress or something. I have to find some notes to see what that was all about, because I don't remember what that was about, Gabriel. But we'll look into that later. So when you are out wandering about in this part of town, you found yourself dealing with a woman named Doska. And she has she's been inviting people up to play cups. So in this large market just outside the Salty Strumpet, we'll say there must be like some tent set up and a sort of marketplace on this side of town that travelers have come to. And Haffer has led you here, and you've been going around talking to people. And while dealing with
maybe
Doska,
around where here.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And while you're dealing with Doska, shit. The some Jarlsmen have been brought in, and a man is leading them. You have seen this guy before, Haffer. He is one of the guys who is shifting from Reaver to Trader, and so he kind of is dealing with both the Jarl and the HGC, but he's also known as trying to take advantage of people to get there. He's a businessman willing to do whatever it takes. So what I'm going to do, and they seem to be calling out to this Doska here as you guys are talking with her. So do you think when you were talking to them, would you have tried to play this game with Doska or what?
Yeah. That's probably what led her to be. That's what engaged us and was able to kind of start this conversation with her.
All right. So
Jason, can I check maybe for insight if I feel there's going to be trouble between this Jarlsman and this Doska lady?
yeah, so she's got like a little table here. Oh shit. And these guys are coming, and you can see Doska's leading, and he's like, yes, there she is. And and she shouts out, and her accomplice. And it seems like is including Thodel in this for some reason.
Oh
my God. So I'm just kind of throwing this map together. So here's Doska.
Okay, while you're throwing the map together, I'm going to grab my power pack. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So we'll say he is here, and you guys are up here. And then I'm just going to add, oops, what the hell? Why did it do that? I'm going to add some, like, other, like, areas here for us. Like tents and stuff to fill this out like it's a,
Kind of
man,
stalls for a
yeah,
moment.
stalls
Makeshift
and
market.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so here's some buildings.
Are these little
Tents.
rectangles like little buildings and tents? Okay.
Yep.
Kind of stall. Yeah. Tent.
So which guy looks more like this person? What'd I say his name was?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't say what the guy's name is?
The guy with the big mustache.
You like that
He's
guy,
the
don't you?
Jarlsman. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they probably look like Vornari, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So let me find. I probably have a perfect place for that. See how many of them there are. Oh boy.
Did you say 20?
No, I said, oh boy. All right, so you're engaged with Doska here as Ingveld. Ingveld seems to be bringing this troop of Jarlsmen. Yeah, they have the mark of the Jarl, and Haffer, you would recognize this. So she is like, what do you think you're asking Doska specifically?
Well, if she's seen my cousin Isabel, right? Outlander, all black raven haired, asking to take an expedition into the Sunstone Ranges. Certainly a woman like that stands out.
How far behind her do you think you are?
Probably at least a week or more. Week to weeks.
All right, so let's see how Doska feels about this. That's probably not too good either. This could be a quickie. All right, so
Total, we barely knew ye.
so you hear some Varnori shouting off, kind of off behind you over your left shoulder, and as you kind of glance back, you ask Doska this, and she starts to run away.
She runs.
Yeah, you kind of hear the sound of coins as she like swipes them off of this board where she had like it's the whole shifting thing. So she like had some like beer mugs over top of I don't know, a salt
Like a shell
rock or
game
something.
kind of thing.
Basically, exactly a shell game. So as you hear it kind of, and now she turns and starts to run. So what I think we'll do. What do you think you would do about that?
I think I'd look to my companion. I would look to my companion Harford to like, do we run? Do we chase her?
Okay, so basically you're pausing, trying to decide. Haffer, what do you think you would do immediately? You hear these guys yell. You see Thodel like glances over his shoulder, and you hear a sound, and it looks like this woman, obviously, even maybe before, she doesn't seem like she was affected by the guards. Well, maybe, why don't you roll an insight, and that's what your insight will take you.
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's what you'd ask, so.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. See how it goes.
Ooh, a success. You believe that she was already looking for a way out before
She saw the guards.
Before Ingveld was calling for her. Yeah, so she must know something.
Okay. So when Thodi looks at me, I just nod, like, chase her, and I'm gonna move to in the path of the guards.
Okay, so you know that these Jarlsmen, they basically are jackbooted thugs that. Oh, hey Trev, welcome to the channel, my man. They're jackbooted thugs, and their will basically is the will of the Jarl. So if whatever they say pretty much goes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're basically like, royalty or whatever. They can do whatever they want here. All right, so you go to interrupt them. Let's see what they do. Oh Jesus!
I'm just
trying to slow them down.
Yeah, just slow it down.
So he basically, Ingveld is like, they're running after them. Did you say you're gonna chase or not, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm gonna chase her.
Okay, perfect. This will be fun.
I'll like scream, "Stop! She's stolen my money! Cheat! A cheat!"
All right, so let's roll initiative. So, and we roll this to see how this will work out. All you're going to do is check deluxe on the initiative button and then hit initiative. You know what I'm talking about, Aaron?
Yeah, DLX.
I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, so if you find the initiative, I think it's up kind of on the right-hand side of the character sheet.
Here it is. And
then
it's under
click deluxe.
statistics
Yep,
to the right
click
of the
deluxe.
attributes.
Yep.
What does deluxe get us?
That it uses this style of initiative instead of like the one that you see in the book that you have, which is just you. I think I don't even know what the Low Fantasy Gaming original initiative is, but this is the one I like. So I like it because it's all player facing, really. So it looks like Haffer is got the jump, so he can certainly take him and himself in inner move to be in between the Doska and Ingveld's people.
So he's gonna move to like, hey, Ingveld, we got some news about the thing about in the how's the forest outside the it's the Westwood.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why don't
Any
you?
news about the Westwood about the what happened recently? And it's just gonna pet the wolf. So he walks around me, and if any guards are kind of trying to go past, the wolf's gonna be pacing
All right. So
in their way.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to the chase rules that are in low fantasy gaming. So there's some actual chase rules here somewhere, if I can find them. I think it usually comes after the. I don't see it there. Sometimes I'm terrible. I love having regular books, but sometimes I do a crappy job of finding stuff in them. And I don't know why that is. It's just the way that I am. I thought it was like after like skill checks or something. Run a chase, it says. Run a chase. Run a chase. Chase. No pages for where chase is. Chases, page 69. That seems pretty easy.
Easy.
Oh, yeah, it says it right here. Two sides, the chasers in the quarry. GM turn is starting, gap between the two sides. So you failed. So she's definitely going to get a bit of a head start as she flees here. And now these
Yeah,
guys
that's my flat-footedness as I look at Hafer to ask what to do, and then she runs off. It's like, chaser.
Go, chase.
Oh, okay.
23, 25, 31. So right now she's a pretty good distance from you. What I want, let's just do it this way. And some of them are about 45 feet between you. All right, so the setup is I determine the gaps. We're kind of having a three-way chase. Each leg is broken into, the chase is broken into so many legs, which you guys aren't going to know, but I'm going to know. All right. The time scale for each leg is flexible from 30 seconds to a few hours. I think it's about 30 seconds. If the chasers reduce the gap to 0 before the end of the last leg, the quarry is caught and the chase ends. Otherwise, the quarry escapes. The GM may also rule that the quarry escapes if they open a wide enough gap, up to 200 feet. All right, so at the start of each leg, both sides choose one character to lead them. No character may lead a second leg until all eyes have led a first leg, and so on. We're only doing one. It's just you, so you're going to be leading the chase the whole time. You're not going to try and catch up or anything, right, Gabriel?
No, she's
Doing his
just
best to interrupt here.
playing the invalid guards.
Rival Adventures 225. All right, so I'm going to get up. I'm going to make up Doska here. All right, she's obviously some kind of rogue. We'll random roll what level she is. All right, 25th level.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding. I was just kidding about that part. It's only 20.
I know.
All right. So, yeah, where the hell was I? All right. The two leaders make opposed kind at the start of each leg. No character make first leg and so on. So what I'm going to do here, Gabriel, the better your deception roll is, the more of these guards and Ingveld you're going to hold off from chasing after Thodil and Doska. Okay?
Okay.
So
Deception. Oh,
yeah, do you have it?
okay. Nope.
So I think it's just a charisma check.
Nice. My lowest attribute. Okay. Let's do it.
Ooh, a terrible
Oh,
failure.
terrible failure.
All right, so
Everyone run past me.
well, actually, I think a couple of the guys are going to accost you for interrupting as the others run off. So they're angry. So we basically have a three-way chase. We got Doska, then we got Thodo, and then we have Ingveld and three dudes. So here's the three groups. In Haffert, we have another situation. I guess I don't need to really move you. Where these two guys pause and they stand off maybe 12, 15 feet away. And they're like, what are you doing here in the marketplace? You look like a vagrant scoundrel. Maybe we need to take you in. So it looks like they're going to give Haffer the shakedown. All right, so right now,
Grant takes
go ahead.
one to recognize another.
It sure does. All right, so we need to make athletic checks, my man. So athletics.
Is that based on strength?
Yes.
It's like it is. Yeah, good times.
Good times. These are the best. Oh, here it is.
So when I have the
They
skill,
probably run past you and you don't even notice you.
So what you would do is you would just click. Do you have the skill or you don't?
I don't, but I was just wondering what a skill gives me versus a stat roll in
So
low
what-
fantasy gaming.
In low fantasy
That's a-
gaming, it gives you a +1 to the skill. So if your strength is 6, you would have a 7 or less chance. But it also allows you to roll your reroll pool. Use your reroll pool to reroll it. If you don't have the skill, then you can't use your reroll pool for it.
And then where does my reroll pool start? Right now on my character it's 0, 0.
It should be a 1. It's your level.
That's my level. Okay, cool.
That
And that refreshes after a short rest.
You can. That's one of the things you can choose to refresh on a short rest.
Got it.
All right. So I rolled a great success.
Wow. Is that for Doska as she's running?
Yeah.
I'll roll for myself. Oh, I did pretty good.
You
I got a great success as well.
So it didn't really change much.
And then the guys that are pursuing us, I guess they also roll as well.
Yeah, and I am looking up.
Rolling his goons.
Yeah, Ingvild and his
Ingvild.
goons. What'd you call him? Grogu? You thought he was Baby Yoda or?
Call them goons.
Oh, goons. Yeah.
I call them Ingville.
I'm just gonna roll this, guys. Still better than yours, and I did roll 3d6, by the way. Uh-huh.
Gotta say, this character sheet and stuff for low fantasy gaming, it's pretty cool.
So you got a
I was
success.
telling Gabriel before the game started
Oh.
that it's like super modern and very well laid out and designed.
It's very nice, isn't it? All right. So that didn't change much, but I think these guys fell behind you. What's your movement rate?
I've only got heavy robes and like a
I think it's
a
30 feet
backpack.
then if you're not affected.
Right.
Light armor, right?
Yeah, light armor.
Yeah, I don't think that is going to affect your movement. Weapon. But these guys probably do have armor on. Would make sense that they would.
Mm,
But I only, I always make everything shift to my success chances.
right.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're a killer. You're
Killer GM.
Killer
that's
GM.
right. Okay. So yeah, these guys would have shields, and they would have medium armor. So -2 on move silently and swim checks, but not anything on these other checks. What? I'm looking it up. It doesn't show.
Gabriel says I need to add Heim to every to random words because that's how I think Nari speaks. That's how our Argosians think Nari speak.
Maybe so. All right, so
that is now a fact, or at least that's how Thodel thinks they speak. So I'll tell you this story about my dad, Gabriel. He's he's a product of the 40s. He grew up in the 50s and 60s, and went to school in Texas and blah blah blah. But anyway, when I was a kid and growing up, anytime he spoke to somebody that didn't speak English very well, he would put on this weird kind of Mexican accent. Didn't matter if the guy was like Spanish or Chinese or whatever, but it was always like it was the weirdest thing.
That's so funny.
So
It is originally
that's
from
what happens
Texas.
when you grow up. You become your father.
Oh, so he's originally from Texas.
No, he grew up in California.
Oh, okay.
No, but I don't know why.
you don't know why he grew
Usually
up in
it's
Texas?
No, I mean I don't know why he did this weird accent, right? But apparently
he
that's a
usually
thing.
kind of tend to speak louder.
Yeah, louder and
No, like
would you-
I mean, if he doesn't understand, he's gonna understand you any better, you know.
because you're speaking in
Yeah.
pidgin Spanish.
So this is what we're gonna do. You need to roll a D20 and a D6.
And this role for me is to get away from these guys.
It's the random event that occurs during the chase. The D20 is what the
Oh, I
event
see.
is. The D6 is who it affects.
Okay, it's 13 and it affects 2.
Okay, so that's the person you're chasing, Doska. So the 13 is
I don't know why the stream and Twitch there's not a updating
the roll.
Roll 20. Yeah.
There, how's that?
And
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that either. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and I haven't figured out why.
I think it's maybe because you're not scrolled to the bottom of the chat.
I am scrolling.
If you were like up in the, now you are.
No, I have been the whole time. It's just a different window.
Got it.
All right, so basically, as you guys are, I think I'm going to change this over to the Vornguard map as we kind of sprint through Vornguard. So when she ran off, an interposing, this is the second time this has happened, early in the Midlands during the Scumbros, there was a herd of animals that someone from the farmers, the herders and growers, was bringing into the marketplace to sell. But this time it is some pigs. So, and basically this creates a fairly major obstruction as the road is churned up and these pigs are trying to get through, and Doska runs into the midst of it and is severely slowed by the obstruction. So she is going to make an acrobatics test to see how much she can hinder or not be harmed as badly by this obstruction, okay? And this is an opportunity for you to catch up because the major obstruction has affected her. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Okay, cool.
Here we go. This is it. But acrobatics is probably going to be... There we go. All right, yeah. So she makes it. So what we'll do is we're going to have how much you catch up. So when we catch up to someone during this, you're going to roll a D10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, you're 3D10, I guess, because your movement rate's 30.
Okay. Uh, 13.
All right, so that would be 130 feet, but you're going to have it because she made her check. So you're going to be up 65 feet. So you have significantly gained, basically.
Okay.
So this
Nice.
changes to... You've definitely shortened the gap here. You think you're only about 30 feet behind her. Right? You can't move that fast. Hold it a second. It's not times 10. It's 13. You gained 13 feet. It couldn't be times 10. That wouldn't work. So, sorry. You're still closer than you were. You're at 78. And you have an unknown amount. That was leg 1. So once we finish that leg, let's move back to and see what's happening with Haffer. Whoa. So you got these two Jarlsmen, Gabriel, that you basically traded insults with so far, it seems like, right?
Yeah, just like Monkey Island.
I'm not that familiar with Monkey Island. I don't know what that means.
It's
You want to tell me?
It's a game.
Is that what
It's a
you do in
PC
the game? Is you trade insults?
Yeah, your it's a pirates game, so your kind of melees resolve who's the better insult, who gives the other one better insults.
All right. So what are you intending to do with these with this insult? What's your intention, I guess, with these guys? Do you
My intention was to slow them, but
that's what you wanted to do, but now that you've gotten in the way, they have it's kind of gone in a different direction where now they're shaking you down basically. You're going to have to either pay them off or fight them or something.
well, he has no coin and he has no intention of going in, so it's going to be the hard way.
All right, so you can make a decision on how you want to do it. They're not expecting anyone to fight them at this time, so it's possible they would be surprised if you tried to get the jump on them. They're basically saying, "Oh, calling you a vagrant," and basically saying, "We're going to have to give us your coin, or we're going to beat it out of you," kind of thing. But they are comfortable in their own superiority through authoritativeness. I thought, is that right? Does that even
Yeah.
roll?
Okay. So he's gonna kind of okay. I have no coins, so bring it in.
So how do you want to start this little fracas? Are you gonna like whip out your bow, or you want to rush to attack them, send your hound after them? What?
I'm gonna kind of put my hand on the hilt of the sword. I'm gonna pet the wolf, so he starts like a growling,
So you're trying
and
to
all,
intimidate them?
so his hairs of the back all up. And,
All right. So I think you should do an intimidation check. I think that is a skill, but it's also going to be charisma. But
okay,
I'll give you're terrible at charisma. I'm assuming, right? Uh,
I am
but with this wolf, I feel like you might have advantage because an angry wolf is not a fun thing.
okay. Cool.
Right. That's good.
So I'll give because you should be able to just click advantage on that and
Yeah,
then make the roll.
advantage and let's roll. Nice.
Ooh, a great success. All right, so these guys are definitely intimidated by that, and they seem hesitant to engage. They lower their spears. Let me see if that's what they would even have. Spears. It seems like spears seems not in in genre for this particular. It's not like Vikings don't use spears, but
And they use by the probably
all right, yeah. So these
they
guys
have
are
like
armed with mail, sturdy oak batons, and they have black. They're wearing black cloaks with the Jarl's boar icon on them. So
and I say that
go ahead.
kind of that's how you treat members of the HGC.
Let's see
Who do
what
you
that
think brings
does.
food into town?
So they kind of look at each other and they lower their truncheons, and they're like, "What? What do you know about that thief there?" Then they keep their distance. So we'll hold off there, and you can decide what you want to say about that, and we'll jump back to the chase across the Vornguard here.
Cut
So
to the chase.
back to the chase. Cut to the chase. Yeah, Jesus. So let's make these rolls again. So it is a con check. Or ooh, that's a failure.
That's a strength challenge, right?
Athletics.
Athletics, yeah.
That was for Doska.
Oh man,
Yeah.
look at that. Man, a great success.
Nice.
Oh my. So roll a 3d10.
So the chasers are getting tired, and you're getting
Yeah, so roll 3d10.
19 plus 19.
19.
Plus
So
19.
you have gained 19 feet.
and 13, 31, 32.
You've almost halved the distance. And add 19 onto this. 50, 60. And gained. You've gotten away from the people chasing you and gained on the others. Now roll a d20 and a d6.
15 and a 5.
A 5. Okay, that's the guys behind you. Oh, they dig
So
deep.
when you fail, roll for an obstacle.
Yeah, each leg you're going to roll for an obstacle, and then the d6 is to see who it affects. So normally it would just be high, even or odd for which party. But since there's 3 groups, I'm having it. So 1, 2 is Doska, 3, 4 is Thodel, and 5, 6 is the people chasing. They put on a burst of speed. So roll 3d6. Oh, 3d10. Sorry, it shouldn't have been d6. My bad.
Like 3d6 because they're in armor. 3d10 is 11.
Oh, that was even better than for you. 53. All right, so you're still ahead of them. Nice. Let's do another round. That was pretty fast. So make your checks.
Oh, she got tangled up in the pigs. What happened with getting out of the pig part?
You gained on her because everyone had successes last time.
And then she made her acrobatics roll, and she was able to get out of the way of the pigs.
Yeah, she halved it, so she's moved through, and now everyone else has passed through the pigs, and now we're still running through Vornguard.
Got it.
Streaming people in the wake. All right, that's a failure. Oh, dang, another failure. Oh, and you got a great success.
Oh, man.
You're killing it. I think when you get a great success and they all get failures, I think you can roll. Let's add a 2d10, 1d10 for each level of success beyond. So instead of 3d10, roll 5d10.
25.
25. That is going to be. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, you have really gained on her. So let's just do it this way. And really, those guys got put well behind so far. Now roll a d20 and a d6. I should be adding more feeling to this. That would help instead of it just seem like it's rolls, right?
That's all right. It's 13
right,
and 2. I catch your feeling. It's good. I think it's more.
So they are darting through the alleyways.
Yeah, they move through the alleyways, but what happens is, so it's a 2, so this happens to Doska, and she startles a horse so she runs up, turns a corner, and right as you're kind of turning behind her, you see the horse rear up and kick at her. And so she's got to make a luck deck save or get jacked by this horse. So she is going to make a luck deck save. Her luck is probably not that great. So that's the wrong book. I got too many things open at once, guys. What a surprise, eh? Luck is 4. But Dex is 15, which is a +2. So she needs a 6 or under. No successes. All right, roll 3d4. Oh, she gets cold-cocked by this horse, slides in the dirt at Thodel's feet, unconscious.
Okay, I'm gonna grab her up and try to drag her into a hiding area so we can hide from the Jarlsmen that are chasing us.
Nice. Roll a stealth check.
I have that skill.
Nice.
Looks like it's based on my con.
What? That's not true. Shouldn't be anyway.
All right, maybe I got it wrong when I looked in the rules.
Stealth is Dex.
Jason, do you want to roll?
You could have used athletics. Could have been con too. What's that? Say that again.
To what direction they fled?
I get the feeling that when they crossed the pigs was this main line here, and so now they're back over in here somewhere.
Here it is. Stealth. Dex. I just filled it wrong on my character sheet.
You could have been using con for your tests, but you rolled so well on those tests that it's like, how is this happening? You've been killing those rolls.
Athletics.
Yeah, the athletics.
Okay, here's my stealth check. Doesn't look good. Failed.
So that was a failure. Do you want to use your reroll pool?
Sure. Why not?
Because then you'll be out. But I always ask.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. So yeah, I'm using the reroll for the stealth. It's still a failure.
Still a failure. So now I am going to. I feel like the chase is over. So you had some time to do it, but it didn't necessarily work as well as you would like. So let me find.
So does that mean the Jarlsmen are still kind of skulking around the area trying to find us?
Yeah, I'm going to make a saving throw for them to make that decision.
Okay.
Sorcerer. I'm just looking for. I think we'll go with the mercenary.
Oh, I see. Usual attribute.
All right, so I think this is going to be like a detection check. I'm just trying to see what skill that uses. I think it's intelligence, perception. That makes way more sense. So they have a. Ooh, all right, a success. So let's see. All right. So why don't you? So you slink into an alleyway. There's actually like a small chicken coop behind a building, and it's got like a low fence, and maybe like Slinger crawl in through a little area into this raised chicken coop. What are you gonna do? You can see, like, I almost picture you looking, and you can see like a cart roll by in the main thoroughfare, and you can see Ingveld there, and like they're kind of looking around, and they seem like they sort of split up, and it looks like. All right, so actually, I shouldn't do it that way. I should do this. Oh, okay. So that is not bad. So Ingveld and one other guy. So Thodel and Dalska are together, and they split up into three groups. Ingveld has one of the Jarlsmen, and the other ones each split up a different direction. Ingveld and the Jarlsmen are headed your way. All right. So I think as far as Haffer goes, what do you think? What are you going to do now? These guys don't seem too interested in interacting with you. You've intimidated them with the wolf, and I can't even remember what we were talking about last time, Gabe.
Oh yeah, they asked me about the thief.
Oh, what you know about her or something? Yeah.
And I'm just what are you talking about? I just want to talk to Ingvar with about something, and you just and he just run away. I'm just gonna go find him, and you go and do something useful.
All right, they move over and start to try and get some protection money from one of the. They actually start looking around Dalska's area to see if like any money fell in the dirt where she was shilling people with her shell game.
Okay, I take the wolf and kind of so he can smell around where she was. So he and whisper kind of pick up the trail, pick up the trail.
All right, I think a wolf tracking might have a advantage on tracking in that way. Is that accurate? Does that sound right? I think it says that. Why not? So why don't you make a perception detection check for the wolf? It's a D20.
Okay.
Do you have the stats for your wolf?
Yeah, he has a perception 14.
Ooh, yeah. And so you're gonna do that with advantage. I think it might just take a little while.
Okay, so let's see.
Shit. Did you
roll,
roll?
roll 320.
Yeah.
It has to be lower than 14. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can roll 2d20s.
Close.
All right, yeah, 2 successes. All right, so, Jaeger takes a couple spins around and then starts darting off towards some pigs.
Lunch time.
All right, so like some tense moment pass, and your blood is thudding in your ears, Thodo, as this handlebar mustached big Vornari is leading this cudgel bearing jack booted Jarlsmen as they're like poking around in these alleys. What are you gonna do?
So does it look like the chicken coop is my best hiding place, or could I try to get Doska and drag her into like an adjacent building or something? Or
why don't you let's make a luck perception check. So it's kind of like a saving throw. It's just a check though, because normally when you do saving throws with this game, your luck would keep going down. But I'm not going to make you lose a luck point. It's just like a rando luck check, kind of, to see if you spot something. But
And
you can modify
luck's...
it by perception. So if you see luck, it's going to be one of the stats, and then right next to luck, there's going to be a drop-down box that is going to ask you what you're going to modify that check with. And so just make that be perception, and then roll the dice.
And you said that luck's a derived stat, but I don't remember how it's derived.
10 plus half your level.
Oh, for me it's 11, right? Because I'm
Yep.
level 1. Okay.
Yep.
So I've set the perception save to the luck, and I'll make that save.
Success. All right. Yeah. So what do you think you found?
So it's like near the chicken shed, there's like a little like storehouse where like some of the foodstuffs would be stored, and it's a little bigger and a little darker. So we're
Maybe
gonna
like where they're storing some eggs or something.
maybe eggs
and feed.
Eggs and feed and that kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe some tools, and we're gonna slink into that darker building.
All right. If you have a choice here, I guess I'm going to either let you decide. Is this like, do I make a contested roll now? If you don't want it to be a contested roll, because these guys found you before and they were searching you out, but this roll helped you, you can lose a luck point like you normally would as if this was a saving throw. So you're going to up it from a check to a saving throw. You'll lose a luck point, but now I won't make a contested roll, and these guys will just be wandering around here.
I'll lose the luck point.
All right, yeah. So drop your luck, and they recuperate 1 per long rest usually. But in this game, what I do is we're not going to know how long the long rest is. We're going to roll on a table as you decide like what standard of living you used while you're in Vornguard or whatever town you are. That's how many gold pieces you'll lose, and then depending on what standard of living it is, that's where your stats are, like how many hit points you get back, how many reroll points you get back, how many luck points you get back. So it's not all standard; it's all decided by random rolls and this table that I made, or that I said I make.
And I guess that's why you have. That's why you have scores and maxes on your character sheet, because your stats can change as they're being impacted through the game. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
Okay, so I'm down 1 luck, but I've also successfully hidden from.
Yeah. So
Ingrelheim. I've hidden from Ingrelheim and his Jarlsheim men.
That's right. What are you gonna? Is there anything you're gonna do, or are you just trying to keep an eye on him?
I'm just trying to make sure that
Like, do you want to pat
Dos-
down Doska or tie
yeah,
her
I'm just
up?
going to
Or...
make sure that Doska, when she wakes up, if and when she wakes up, that she doesn't scream or try to get away from me. I'm not going to try to take anything from her, though. I'm just going to try to keep us safe.
All right,
Safe
so
and hidden.
as you're keeping an eye on her, her eyes start to flicker open. And how are you? You're just making a. Are you gonna like threaten her,
Yeah.
or you're just telling her like get a weapon on her?
Oh, I'm just put my fingers to her lips and I kind of point towards the door where the Jarlsmen are, and sort of do something like this, hand gestures, so that she doesn't try to get away. But I do have my hand on her, like if she tried to run, I'd be able to grab her.
All right, yeah. So she's opens her eyes and spots the Jarlsmen out there, and as you follow her gaze, she tenses, quickly. And as you follow her gaze, you see a wolf that you recognize as Hafer come into your vision, and of Chase kind of jogging after. It's Jagger the wolf, and jogging after Jagger is Hafer, and you can see Jagger's nose to the ground and slowly tail kind of wagging, hackles up, tracking straight towards the chicken coop at this moment.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Still just hiding. I'm just like hoping to God. That's what I've got right now.
So, like what that means is most likely it seems like it's smelling your trail and will lead directly to you.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if Ingveldheim spots this or anything. No. So Hafer Jaeger sniffs right up to a circular hut with the thatch roof right next to a chicken coop. Kind of pauses and reaches up a paw and claws at the slightly adored jar on the side of the round building. Glances back at you.
I just kind of look around, see if I see any of the Jarlmen around, and if not, I'm gonna kind of crouch next to the wolf and move into the place.
All right, yeah. So you move into the shadows and you spot Doska on the ground there with Thodel. Unbelievably, somehow chased down this lithe athletic rogue through the streets, the muddy would-be streets of Vornguard, which is pretty awesome, actually. That's why we roll the dice.
Our Ghostens are known for their distance running. So I don't know how she thought she could get away from me.
Yeah, no shit. All right, so we're just gonna eventually.
They that's important. That's what they say. Yeah.
You have been quite successful on this
They
task. Oh, now I know why I'm not finding it. And basically, you find out. Maybe you want to RP it, or do you want to move forward?
Let's just take the RP. I think let's just take the knowledge.
Okay. So,
maybe it did. Maybe an ally because we saved her from Ingelman's.
Yeah.
So she's
you can get the knowledge in exchange.
So she
saving
is
her from
quite afraid of the Jarlsmen. Obviously, almost everyone. I shouldn't say everyone because apparently not not Hafer. He's like, fuck you guys. This is what's up. But what you learn
They don't scare me.
What you learn is that her mate, Brunger, was actually killed by Isabel by some kind of fell magic. Which is why she was so afraid when you showed up. Originally, they pulled a fast one on her and sold a map to a place that they had bought somewhere and didn't get anything. When they found out what she was looking for, and she came back and killed Brunger, but in so doing, she is also let on that she found another location to the tomb of Philbin, or whatever the name was that we had done earlier.
Viva Fusila.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the tomb of Fusila. And she can pass that information on to you.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so it sounds like you have actually successfully found the location and are on the trail. So when you say an ally, what do you think this ally? What does this alliance look like?
It's just a friend in
Vornheim.
Vornguard, a friend in Vorn. I had to look at my notes to make sure. A friend in Vornguard, somebody that we can trust and rely on. We saved her life, and blood debt hasn't been paid. It's not like I'm demanding it. It needs to be. Right? Feel a little bit guilty about what Isabel's done to her man, Usnar. So in the character sheet, Hobbs, what do we use the features section for? Is that where you get your when you start leveling up, you start gaining like class traits and stuff?
I think so.
Okay.
Like there are some class abilities that aren't gonna have like individual, things on them or something. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at one of the character sheets. Yeah, and I think that's what we've done with that in the past. Yeah, feature would be like, so like you could put spell casting. You could put that information in there if you wanted to.
Oh, got you. Right, like the detail about the spell casting. Okay.
Yeah, and then like you get 6 cents or whatever later, you could use that.
Right. Okay.
So I guess the question is, what do you want to do now? Do you want to head off to this, try and find this crypt? Do you want to call it a night? What do you want to do, Gabriel?
It's still early for me. I think it's latest for Gabriel. So
that's right. It's midnight for Gabriel, I think.
It's 1 a.m. But
shit.
It's a weekend, so we can.
The question is, how long do you want to go? That's just it.
I can go for another hour. Yeah.
Because we probably won't finish in an hour. I wouldn't expect.
Oh, I'm happy to be stuck in the wilds and pick it up another time when Gabriel and I can meet with you to play.
Well, I mean, the way it's set up is you could actually maybe get other players to play fairly easily if we stopped in town. Everything's supposed to end in town. Supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have to do that if you don't
Maybe
want to.
Then we go out to the crypt and see if we can find Isabel out there. And if we can't find her, then we'll go back to town.
All right.
Yeah, find the crypt, see if we can see her, if she's out there like messing around with the crypt and already got the, pulled back the standing stone and all that garbage.
In the other map, you mentioned there was a settlement. We can make
and you can also you can end in the settlement as well. You can start in Landman Town if you want to. Do you want to head to Landman Town?
That open a new location for the game?
No, it's already open. You can start in there if you want to. Like if you go there, you don't have to. You can end in Landman Town and start there if you want. So you don't have to come all the way back to
Landman Town closer to the. Landman Town closer to the Sunstone Ranges?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will move you over so you can see. Oh, wrong button. I'm moving it for you all here. That's a perfect idea. All right. So Landman Town is that little village there off to the west. So there's a road that leads up along this river, up past this forest called the Leitenskog, but it does have a bridge that branches over and heads towards Landman Town, like here or so. So this is the trail that the wagons take to head up to the Boreal Coast to deliver the Jarl's money, and that's where people would come to Vornguard from across the bay, the frozen bay, or towards Vornar. So you can definitely make
Seems
the
like
trip.
Landman Town. Seems like Landman Town would be the next logical destination for Isabel if she left.
Yeah, we can do the
Guards.
same. Kind of try to find any leads there.
Yeah, we should maybe find. I'll find a crypt symbol, and I will put the symbol on the map. All right, so you guys are going to head over there. So it's about, let's see. We'll make one roll on the random encounter table and see if anything happens. So, Gabriel, I don't feel like you've rolled a ton of dice. Why don't you go ahead? 131. Roll a d20.
Okay. 7.
That's exciting. A 7. So this is on the path to Landman Town. Like I say, it's pretty obvious. The first day ends at. Oh shit! I don't even have this open. I gotta pull this out of the archives, boys. So as evening comes, you've crossed over the river, and you've come to a crossroads that has a large menhir on it. There's a campsite up here even.
Menhir is just a big standing stone, right?
Correct.
Yep.
All right, there's your tokens, and I gotta find. Another thing I'm rolling on here. 115. You can look around at this beautiful map. No laughing.
No, I'm not laughing. Not yet. Where do your maps come from, Hobbs? I know you just kind of gather them and collect them and keep them in your archive for.
This is a lot of my overland maps, and the maps that I use are by Gabriel Pickard from the marketplace on Roll20.
Okay, so they're in the Roll20 marketplace, and when you add them to your game, add them to your library. So you just go into like your, where they call it in Roll20, your library, and then you just have them organized there.
Yeah. Well, and I've made a bunch of them. Like this place has been something that people have been to before. On the path to Landman Town, this is like the halfway point. So a lot of sessions have used this particular map. It all depends, Like I'll make the map. Like before the session started, when I said I was working on something, I made a map for the crypt. So like the crypt is like done.
Right. And that's you just pulled together a bunch of different assets, or you had a crypt map already to use?
I use some different assets. Like say a picture like this, it might look relatively like this, but then I can add this menhir, or I can add like large stones, or I can add these cliff type things to add height, or 3 dimensions, or like this log or this campfire. Or like in a crypt, I can like do a whole cave, and then I can make stairs that lead to a whole nother area, and then I make all the dynamic lighting. You can add just like some accessories, like say sarcophagi or raised daises or stairs or whatever, and then I add the dynamic lighting. That's pretty much the way I do it. If you want to, I have a video on how I do it. If
you do, like out on your YouTube or something?
On my YouTube channel, I did like starting a campaign in Roll20, and I showed you how to make how do you make a page for your campaign? How do you add the thing? And then how do you add, like the banner to it, name it, and decide all the stuff that go to the campaign. And then when you actually launch it, I also did another prep of a Whitestone Tower game where I made all my maps and showed how I did it. So.
Okay. All right. I'll look for that one.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool looking thing. Right now,
those are cool.
Go ahead. What were you going to say? What'd you say, Gabriel?
Yeah, they are cool maps. I mean, the ones they use here, and they're using the Kalmara game also.
Yeah. Or even on like, even in our Tuesday nights, still, a lot of those maps are made by the same person. Yeah. But then I change the assets around. I thought.
It's a nice thing there is you get like a consistent tone, right? Too.
Yes.
The map.
Pretty beautiful. Pretty beautiful as far as that goes. So.
Yeah, like golden age, right?
A golden age of beautiful maps, or what?
Just a golden age of games, right? Golden age of role-playing games.
Yeah, I definitely believe that. Let's jump to the random encounters because you rolled one. So the way he does it, he's got like a D20 table that covers up about 5 or 6 pages. And not every roll is a random encounter. Like sometimes it might be, hey, you found a great camp where the group can get together and tell a story, a background story, and then someone will get a benefit of that. Or there's all these different things, but there is also a random encounter. So then I headed over here to the book to determine what that is. A lot of times I like to just go by whatever is in the book. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm not using my other rules when I do this because I like to try and do it as the way he has, just to showcase
right
what's going on. And so that's what I'm looking up right now. All right, so as you guys approach this landmark and you can see the well-used camp, there's even the smell of fire on the air, like maybe someone used the camp recently or something. And why don't you guys make detection checks?
Both are one.
That's perception. Okay.
Yeah.
That was not a yes/no question. Should we both make it or just one of us?
Both you can roll.
Okay.
And both of you have made great successes. So in the dim light of the setting sun, you can see quite a bit of rustling in the foliage to the northwest. And you can even make out some like soft, dim lights up there. Gabriel, why don't you make a wilderness lore at advantage from that great success?
Okay. With the slower advantage.
All right, so
Wow.
that dim
Nice.
light you certainly recognize, and you know these are fire beetles, and at this time of night they're most likely laying eggs in the undergrowth, and they will be very aggressive if anyone gets close to them.
Okay. So yeah, we probably get off the trail. Maybe head this way. This way.
Just set up camp somewhere else and don't bother them, right? Yeah, that seems like that works out. So you guys use up like a ration or whatever, and you can continue on to Landman Town. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
During the rest or during the travel? Not for
Yeah.
me.
Well, check that campfire around. See if what
So hanging around the campfire is close enough that they may be affected by the aggression. So I kind of got the impression you went around them and just set up a camp somewhere else. That's all right.
Okay.
Can you maybe find a trail from where the folks are traveling for the campfire? Could it be
Most likely
Isabel?
they're on this main trail right here that tees at this landmark.
I see.
So let's say. So this is a
Oh,
close
look at this.
area map.
Nice.
So this is about 1 mile per hex. You
Okay.
like this map?
Awesome.
This is what, now see, I made this whole map using different things. This is from a different guy's like parchment paper and then all the things, and then you can put them where you want them and make it look how you want it to look.
So they're like tokens that you kind of lay onto the table and then drop them to the map layer.
Yep. Pretty much. It's definitely a different looking kind of map.
Right. It's cool.
So I think it would be cool to actually place the crypt on this map. I think that would be fun. Why don't we say it's right here?
Okay, and this big peak up here.
Yeah, kind of see this cave there.
I see, yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like that large peak stretches up out of these hills across the river. So this is Landman Town right here.
You can become famous, Hobbs.
What? How?
I don't know. Apparently, buy followers, primes, and viewers
Oh, did something happen in the chat?
on bigfollows.com.
All right, I gotta ban this guy.
They just keep like spamming the chat with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh. /ban IOLN. All right, banned. See ya. All right. So, yeah, so you guys are here, and as I'm assuming you're just following the road to Landman Town. As you approach that evening, the next day, so 2 days out from you make your way to Landman Town. So you see some fields. There's a wooden palisade with a couple gates, and kind of an older looking Venori peers down over the fence. Hey, who goes there?
Travelers for Vornguard.
Travelers in it. What be your business in Landman Town?
I'm with HCC.
All right, make a persuasion check. You can make it at advantage.
Let's see where I am here. Persuasion. That's influence.
Charisma.
Advantage. Ooh.
Failure.
Yep.
Did it roll advantage? What'd you get? I'm just curious. A 12
yeah.
and a 17.
Yep.
All righty. Let me head over here.
I can use my reroll pool.
Yeah. No, not if you don't have it. If you don't have the skill, you can't.
You have to have it. Okay.
Yep, that's one of the bonuses of having being able to use your reroll pool. He's like, there's been trouble around here. Sigrun and the veterinarian say no travelers. So right now, it doesn't seem like they're going to let you in.
I'm gonna flash him 2 gold. I've got 2 gold. I've got a few gold pieces. I'm gonna flash him 2 gold pieces and see if we can buy our way in.
Alrighty.
This is the Argosan way. It's a problem. We just throw money at it.
All right.
You run.
Then we run.
2 gold
If that
pieces
doesn't work,
sounds
then we run.
decent. So I think that sounds like another persuasion.
Okay.
And I'll give you an advantage on it too.
Okay, that one I am skilled in. So, but I've already used my reroll. I'll take the advantage. I'll roll it now.
Oh, a great success. All right, so we'll say he takes the gold piece, and he's like, all right then, Kaj be damned. Who needs to stay out in this cold? And he lets you all into town.
Cool.
It says you stop by Big Burka's to lay your head if you wish. What do you plan to do here with the HGC? He's basically kind of looking over both of you, and he seems like for whatever reason he gets a couple gold piece in his pocket. He's willing to help out more, so he's.
Oh, I see. He's friendly. He's not like accosting us. Like,
no.
I'm looking to if you need a hand with those trouble you mentioned.
The
We need to
troubles.
keep the people that go south of the settlement safe.
The troubles are more than. There's a damned Odyssean necromancer said to be hailing around. There's faceless in town. There's rumors everywhere. It's horrible. It's a terrible place. The veterinarian are old men. They've come to work in a militia. It's fellas like me watching the gates, doing a fantastic job, but the days wear long on old men. Kaj would be the one to talk to if you're looking to help. The Hall of the Veteran.
I'll ask him if he's
He points it out, and that's 6 on the map.
okay. Okay. I'll ask him if he's seen an Argosan, the pale complexion, tall, jet black hair, big beauty. Has she been in Landman Town?
There might have
She's
been
my
some,
cousin.
Might have been some.
Actually, I'm not gonna declare she's my cousin.
She's my cousin. We're good friends. We're pals.
Yeah, I don't know if she's been up to no good here, so I want to be careful.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons that we've increased holding people out. That raven-haired bitch caused some troubles in Big Burkas. Left 2 men dead as they fled town.
When was that?
3 nights ago.
Okay, so we're pretty close. You want to check the Veterans Hall, Gabriel? Yeah.
Yeah, let's check that out. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we could scrape together some men-at-arms. Still, you don't have any coin though, do you?
I don't have any going. I have like a couple of gold. Really spend them on buying some food for the road.
I've only got 2 gold pieces myself.
All right, so if you want to try and hire men, most likely that would be happening at Big Burkas. Any travelers or like farmhands or anybody from the HGC. So this whole town is basically patroned by the HGC. They pay for stuff. They send stuff down here. They pay for the guards. They pay for it all as it's trying to get this outpost going and gather food. And then they trade the food back into Vornguard. That's the whole way this thing survives. But, they're stuck out here on the edge of the Sunstone Ranges. An area for Scorn and Thule and who knows what all else. You guys had even heard just from the guard, that he's talking about some kind of cult and all sorts of weirdness that seems to have descended upon Landman Town. And all they have is the Veterinarn, who have now the overseer of the town or the village has started pressing folk into a militia to guard the gates. Are you going to try and get in to see the overseer?
Yeah, we could if we.
I mean, do you guys even care? That's what or do you really?
Oh, I was thinking maybe we could try to convince the overseer that hunting down Isabel be the right thing, and I'm pretty sure I know where she's gone, up to this crypt in the.
Maybe the overseer can provide
our guides.
And someone.
So that's going to be. I think. I don't think that's impossible, but it'll probably be a difficult task. So I think that would be persuasion at disadvantage, and depend on what you get from that roll will decide where it goes. Because he even tells you. So basically, you guys go up there to meet him. Why don't you just make the roll and then we'll narrate what happens. I think Thodol would be doing that probably. He's kind of in charge of this group.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm in charge, but it's my idea. I'll roll with disadvantage and see what we get.
All right, so
19, a terrible failure, or not a terrible failure, just a failure.
All right, yeah. So you rolled a 19 and a 5. So basically, he welcomes you to the hall, and they feed you. And you guys, you meet some of the Veterinarn, which they look like Vernari. They treat Thodol a little coolly, but Haffer mentions, being involved with the HTC and drop some names and get you guys some ale. And he says that they'll put you up for a night at Big Burka's. And if you wanted to help them out, then it's possible, that you could gather up some coin. But it sounds like, that raven-haired bitch that caused all the trouble this 3 days past is your own thing at this point.
It's our problem, not their problem. She's already gone, so they're happy.
Yeah. I don't know if they're happy, but they're going to make do. And he's not antagonistic towards you in any way. He's actually, asking you if you want to help him, you might be able to create, a better opportunity in the future for more assistance. But right now he's overwhelmed by all the trouble he's already got. And he kind of explains some of it. Rumors of an Odyssean necromancer in the area because the lumber camp has stopped offering lumber, so they can't build anymore. They can't fix the broken down portions of the palisade. And it was said to be overrun by zombies, by undead. Some people supposedly dealt with that issue, but he still can't get anybody until someone deals with this Odyssean necromancer. He can't seem to draw any more people to get back to the lumber camp. So that's a serious problem that is infecting the village.
Okay. Do we want to try to get out to the crypt or hold up here in Landman Town? And
we can hold up here. It's a good place to stop, maybe.
Okay.
So,
we can try to maybe push a little there to get some help.
Maybe
if we deal with I don't know, check the meal and
maybe scout out where the necromancer is. That might be
probably give them some some trails and some head start for them to maybe know where to look, or I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, I like that idea. You want to?
So this is
So
the
could we
lumber
try
camp.
to do that now, Hobbs?
So
could
the lumber camp is over here.
Out? Mm-hmm.
It's not a mill. It's actually, they basically are trying. They're just working this woods right here, and then they take the wood here or back to Vornguard.
Oh, okay.
So it's a few miles outside of town.
So it sounded like the idea was to try to scout out where the necromancer is and then bring that information back.
Nobody knows. They just assume that there's a necromancer, and then there was a rumor that someone saw him amongst these undead that swarmed in the lumber camp.
Yeah, but we got a woodsman with us, so we could get out into the woods and maybe track him down.
Probably take longer than what we have here for this half hour.
Okay.
You guys, I mean, it wasn't a big combat session, but you guys did a lot of stuff.
No, I think we made good progress, and we've got 2 things to do right here from this jumping off point.
A lot of information.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. So each of you guys marked down another session. So I think this is your second session, Gabe, right?
Yep.
And so then
we track that on our character sheet like an experience.
Yep. I don't even know if there is experience, but wherever you want to do it.
I can track the number of sessions as experience points.
Yep. So every after your third session, you'll go up a level. So.
Oh, okay.
and then you'll get all those benefits of going up that level. So let's talk about highs and lows. Gabriel, you got any?
Highs and highs. The whole chase, the mechanic of the chase was, I think it was, it's really good. That was a good one. I mean, highs and lows of the things we did. I mean,
Oh, anything,
or
whatever you want to talk about. It can be anything. Like what did you feel was a bonus of the session? Something that you enjoyed, or like a mechanic like you liked, or a scene, or something cool that happened. Anything you want. Or and then a low could be something that you thought sucked. It could be like, hey, this is an idea for something we could do better in the future with that, or whatever.
Yeah, the whole scene was the market was a high, definitely a high. The chase interaction with the guards and all that that was really really enjoyable. Lows, I don't know, I can't think of any.
You don't have
Yeah.
to. That's good if you can't find a low. That's great. What about you, Aaron? You got anything?
I like the chase too. I thought that was great. I think I just lucked out on the dicing though, so
That's
my
great
feeble
though.
wizard is well, right, but I mean my feeble wizard now is like all puffed up and thinks he's this thinks he's something more than he's not, maybe. I really like Gabriel's wolf intimidating the guards and then using it to track down where Thodel was hiding. I was so worried he was going to give away my position, but worked out. That worked out to our advantage too, so that was okay.
Yeah, that ended up being a cool scene. I think all of the whole
Right, and
thing worked together pretty well.
then having an ally in Vornguard is great, and I really like the idea that Thodel adds Heim onto everything, thanks to Gabriel's suggestion.
That is pretty funny.
And I like this. Excited to get up there to the crypt and see if we can't catch my cousin in the act, but I feel like she may have already gotten away. That's a great plot line to pull on.
Yeah,
Right now and then. Yeah.
Considering that 4 hours ago we were playing a board game on Board Game
Well,
Arena.
yeah, and then on the low side, I would say from the point we decided, yeah, okay, we're gonna play. I think it took us 2 hours to really
took
get.
a bit. Yeah, that would
I
be
think some of that was that we didn't have anything established that we were going to do for you, Hobbs, and I think I didn't have a character, so I had to roll that up. So now maybe next time we'll be ready to jump in.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of this stuff was made up on the fly, and I didn't know. I spent time on stuff that I didn't even need to. So that's the way it always goes. It's a little different when you're streaming, I think. I mean, probably we could have started almost immediately, but I don't know how much time it really added because we talked through a bunch of stuff. That's really playing too, right?
Yeah.
When you're making a character and making up the
yeah.
story, that's play as well. So it is kind of. Sometimes I feel like it's burdensome, like when I can't get my cameras working, so now I got to reboot or blah 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 blah. I don't know.
Yeah, you're about like 2 hours of streaming, and probably I don't know how much we spent before that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe an hour.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, if you were just sitting around with your buddies playing board games and Gabriel showed up and you're like, "Oh, let's play a game." Nobody had any idea what you were gonna do, and 4 hours later you did all this. That doesn't seem terrible to me.
I don't think it's terrible. I just think it's the low point, right? Of tonight's session was the we didn't get to in the fiction as much, right? Because we had to do all the prep, which is, I mean, that's part of the game, like you said.
If we hadn't streamed it and we just would have said, "What the hell," we would have got more playtime in. There's no doubt about it, because it didn't take that long. If we would have just had the sheets and we'd have been sitting at a house together like that, and you could have just wrote the stuff down and rolled, it wouldn't have had all the cool maps and all that. It would have just been theater of the mind and talking it through. We probably could have done even more, which I think is a testament really to the system as well. It's a pretty good system. Character generation is actually pretty quick, and it's still pretty robust nonetheless. So I really like it. We didn't get to get into too many things for you, Aaron. So you didn't even have to learn that much. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring it and seeing what it has to offer. And now I've got this great free rulebook to go read.
Yeah, it's got a lot of details in it. So anyway, for me, just getting to play some D&D with you guys is pretty fun. So I can appreciate. I was feeling like I took the week off because of the presentation, and I didn't run any of my games, and so I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then we're like, yeah, let's just play a game. We probably could have sent it out and got a bunch more people, but that would have even added more time. So whatever. No lows. We get to roll some dice and make up some stories, right? So that's what I say.
Sure.
All right. Anybody who joined in and watched, appreciate you all in the chat. Boot Knife, Trev, Lynn Hart, and Gaming and BS. If you're watching this on YouTube, this way, hit the follow and subscribe button. Same thing on whatever, Twitch. I got to get a better outro, you guys. So will you guys work on that for me? That's a joke. All right. TJ, hit the music. It's not starting. What's going on here? All right, maybe no music. It doesn't want to play, you guys. I don't know.
Sound about plunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be?
You don't hear it on our
one?
side, but that's cool.
If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another someday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, won't you be my gamers?